Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Acc Wednesday 20th of October 2021. We're looking from the papers. First up, New York Times on the left. The House panel investigating the January 6th riot wants to press criminal charges against Steve Bannon for not coming and answering questions. Over on the right, economic gains hobble. That's talking about not enough workers to do shit jobs. Down the bottom here, people fleeing Myanmar, heading for India. Beside that, apparently Donald Trump last year wanted to send 250,000 US troops to the Mexico border. USA Today, there's Colin Powell still dead. Underneath that story about some US missionaries who were kidnapped in Haiti. Wall Street Journal, there's a protest saying free the Americans. That's also talking about the missionaries in Haiti. That looks a bit AstroTurf. Stein looks a bit too good, if you know what I mean. National Post from Canada, something about a telecom giant being broken up, going to court over it. Grandma from Cuba, El Béisbol ya es patrimonio cultural. That's talking about baseball. They had a ceremony to declare baseball as part of the cultural heritage of the nation, and they said baseball is already a cultural heritage, the symbolism of a sport that we carry in the depths of our soul and that has been established by force of history. Down the bottom, quote from Fidel, human culture begins with justice among men. Yes, true. Thank you, Fidel. Star of South Africa, story there is about the digital vibe scandal, which is to do with communications contract given out during the pandemic. Down the bottom, true crime stories. Jerusalem Post, Sa'ar reveals new anti-Netanyahu bill. So in Israel, they're trying to pass a new bill that would prevent anyone under a serious indictment from forming a government. And of course, Benjamin Netanyahu is indicted on bribery charges. I like how the sub-headline says, shameful legislation is undemocratic and belongs in Iran. Speaking of Iran, Nasrallah exposes trap set by Israel. So that man, Secretary General of Hezbollah, Syed Hassan Nasrallah. This story is to do with last week in Beirut. A bunch of people went out and were protesting against Tariq Bitar, the judge who's leading the investigation into the Beirut blast. The demonstrators came under fire, 7 people were killed, many others injured. Hezbollah are now pointing the finger at the party called Lebanese Forces, second largest Christian party in the parliament in Lebanon, accusing them of deploying snipers on the roof to shoot the mainly Shia protesters. He's now urging the Lebanese Forces and its leader to abandon the idea of using discord in a bid to ignite civil war in Lebanon. The Australian Colin Powell still dead. Underneath that, true crime, 4-year-old went missing. The Hindu rain toll touches 47, more extreme weather coming. Global Times from China, statue of Harambe, RIP mate. This was yesterday on Wall Street in front of the bull. You can see the bull is all the bananas and Harambe is over there looking a bit sullen about it. I saw this and I thought, okay, it's a bit of a stunt, obviously talking about wealth inequality, all well and good. Turns out it's an advertising stunt for a new social media company who are based on the blockchain. So something, capitalist realism. COVID underneath, Irish Examiner, nights of chaos ahead. That's talking about the reopening coming on Friday. People not sure what the rules are. Irish Times, gymnastics, booster jabs. Boris Johnson to attend service marking partition. So that's marking the partition of Ireland, 100 years of the Northern Ireland, 6 counties. That's the one that President Michael D. Higgins said he wasn't going to attend because it was too political. A statement from the church leaders, they said, we cannot undo the past, but we can learn from it. We can't undo the past, but we can make reparations for it. Irish Independent, COVID, gymnastics. Irish Daily Mail, losing weight, COVID. Irish Sun, COVID rules, football. Evening Herald, football, true crime, restrictions. Belfast Telegraph, true crime. The Herald, Kate, football, climate change. Financial Times, rule of law, Brussels calls Poles into line. Big showdown happening. Brussels not too happy with Poland because Poland declared that parts of EU law were not compatible with the Polish constitution. So let's see how it plays out. In the middle there, story about Richie Sunak cutting tax on banks' profits by 60% to keep banks profitable because of Brexit. Good to see they're getting a handout because they need it. The Guardian, net zero plans. Lockdown protesters target Gove. Michael Gove was targeted yesterday in the city. Someone threw a mask at him and called him a prick in the street, whatever. I think the most amazing thing is that people are still protesting lockdown when there's effectively no lockdown in England. You don't even have to wear a mask or anything. You can see right beside it there's a story saying COVID surge in Britain. There was 50,000 infections in one day or something. The Independent, there's Boris filling up his tank, hopefully getting the tractor and fuck off. Up the top, Boris Johnson, COP26, social media boost, football. Down the bottom, jabs. Daily Telegraph, there's the newest season of the UK Bachelorette happening. I hope Bill and Lizzie hit it off, although Bill likes his women a bit younger. If the Wall Street Journal story yesterday's happened to go by. The Times, there's Queenie again. Net zero, Daily Mail, celebs, net zero, iNewspaper, jabs, COVID, football, Daily Express, Queenie, Boris, Kate, jabs, The Mirror, Kate, booster jabs, The Metro, Kate, some TV show, net zero, Daily Star, some usual anti-Extinction Rebellion stuff, and there's the Queenie again. They wanted to give her an award called Oldie of the Year, but she said no, you're only as old as you feel. I wonder how old Prince Andrew feels, or how old he thinks he feels when he was abusing women who were too young to be consenting to sexual intercourse with him at Jeffrey Epstein's mansion in New York. Anyway, that's it for the day. Julian Assange still in jail, Belmarsh prison without fair trial or due process. If you want to stay off corporate or state media for the day, just click the link in the description. Alright, thanks, good luck.